Welcome back to Artwork, a professional development program about working in the visual arts in Atlantic Canada. I'm Sarah Jones, the curator at Jones Gallery in St. John, New Brunswick. Today on Digital Strategies for Visual Artists, should you or are you allowed to sell work online if you have gallery representation? This is a question that we received from a number of you when we conducted a survey about the content for this webinar a few months ago. There's no one answer to this. It depends on a number of factors. I would recommend overall just having a conversation with your gallery and reviewing your representation agreement or your contract. Representation agreements are usually based on location or geography. So if you're in the same geographic region as the gallery and the same one that's outlined in the agreement, then yeah, you definitely need to have a conversation with your art dealer and see if there's maybe some kind of arrangement that's mutually beneficial for you. If you're not in the same geographic area, then I would say go forth unless otherwise stipulated in your contract. Especially if your art dealer doesn't offer e-commerce as an option to its customers. It's still worth having a frank and open discussion with your gallery. So maybe you're planning to sell a different type of work. So you send large one-of-a-kind works to the gallery and you would like to sell a production line or smaller works on your website. Ideally, you can work together and support one another's efforts and be good digital partners. So rising tides and floating boats, etc. I know there are lots of situations where you may not have a written artist agreement or contract. And just a small sidebar, you should definitely have that. That doesn't fit under the purview of this webinar, but I'll have a minor soapbox moment and you really should have an artist agreement. Okay, back to the video. Without the guidance of a written agreement, I know it can make these type of situations a little murky sometimes. And I would advise the same approach that I did back in our website section. I talked about this in the stealing images video. Does the potential benefit outweigh any potential harm or discomfort? So if you have a great working relationship with your art dealer and you're both doing well and selling lots, and you think that adding e-commerce to your website may cause some acrimony or some confusion or discomfort, then maybe it's not worth pursuing at this time. But if your art dealer hasn't sold one of your works in 10 years and doesn't have their own e-commerce capability, then that's an entirely different scenario and maybe it'll work really well for you. I hope that answers the question somewhat. We'd like to acknowledge Artwork's major funder, Canada Council for the Arts, and we'll see you again soon.